Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about massive news of a potential link between Saudi Arabia and Quant. So the following clip I'm about to show you involves a consortium of individuals representing Saudi Arabia discussing how financial architecture across the nation could change and how the kingdom wants everything digital by 2030 and is in need of a software that connects all blockchains together.
Waleed, are there any other types of uses of blockchain that you've been thinking about, studying, that would be particularly useful or relevant to the kingdom?
Yes, sure. If we would like to look at Saudi Arabia as a fully digitally transformed country, we would like to have everything digital. Everything digital. So you need to have every asset and everyone in a digital format. No paper anymore.
Right.
This has been happening somehow in Estonia. And
or Tuvalu is trying to do that too.
Yes.
It's a small country, right?
So to have a fully tech government, which is called GovTech, definitely you need a blockchain for that. Is it now?
No.
We don't know, but we have to start somewhere. We can have a blockchain for one thing, and you had many examples of that, Yemi, but certainly we can do a blockchain for everything. We can start with one blockchain for agriculture, one blockchain for IT, one blockchain for Tawakkalna, and then after that we can merge them somehow. There are no clear use cases for that, but you can see it at a very high level. Yeah. And it's coming, but we don't know when.
Sure, right. Dr. Bassam, what do you...
So as stated in the previous clip, the Saudi Central Bank are conducting research surrounding CBDC developments and other financial developments. So at the centre of the potential rolling out of DLT across the wider Saudi marketplace, where again the nation is looking to become more digitised over the next few years, an overarching platform would be required to enable the parameters surrounding DLT and CBDCs to connect at any given time. So this isn't the only reference the Saudi Central Bank have actually made in regards to a network being required to enable connectivity between blockchains, where the Saudi Central Bank have actually come forward in a paper where the paper actually detailed to the rolling out of CBDCs and how an overarching API gateway would be required to integrate blockchain infrastructure with current legacy systems and protocols, as well as between other blockchain networks. So the Saudi Central Bank are abundantly aware of the necessity and the need for the rolling out of an all-encompassing API gateway that will allow for overarching connectivity between varying networks. So there are a few innovations of the marketplace that could provide connectivity between blockchains, and they are mainly Quant and Chainlink. But what separates Quant from Chainlink services is that Overledger, one of Quant's innovations, is able to provide connectivity between DLTs and legacy systems. So this diagram here actually provides a detailed insight about how Overledger can be an all-encompassing API gateway that connects varying networks of varying backgrounds at any given time, be it legacy systems or blockchain infrastructure. So Overledger could be an attractive proposition for the Saudi Central Bank to look into and potentially leverage in their wider economy. So this diagram here is also a very illustrative demonstration of how Overledger could become a very integral component of financial developments, especially over the long run, where again Overledger is an all-encompassing infrastructure that provides connectivity between varying networks at any given time. So with the Saudi Central Bank aiming to digitize payments by 2050, coupled with the Saudi Central Bank and the UAE Central Bank conducting a joint CBDC research study, the utility of a number of innovations on the marketplace could become increasingly more necessitous to enable financial architecture to connect across the wider Saudi marketplace. And again, Quant's Overledger could be one potential innovation that the Saudi Central Bank and other parties and financial bodies across the nation could choose to utilize and implement. And the Saudi Central Bank isn't the only nation that is looking to roll out a CBDC or are conducting research surrounding CBDC, where over 95% of the global GDP are exploring CBDC developments. So a number of nations have actually conducted pilot schemes in regards to their very own CBDC, including South Korea, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, Sweden, and China. So it's quite interesting that Saudi Arabia have conducted research for their given CBDC, and due to these pilot schemes, Saudi Arabia are fully aware of the necessity and the need to roll out an overarching infrastructure that will provide the ability and capacity to enable universal interoperability between DLTs and legacy systems, as well as between DLTs and future CBDC network protocols. So very exciting, and it will be interesting to see how Saudi Arabia come to a solution in regards to connectivity between blockchains and legacy systems. But this diagram here, I think, is really illustrative, and it basically indicates the use cases of Quant and Overledger. So time will tell, but it's very exciting that the likes of the Saudi Central Bank have actually highlighted to the need for API gateways. So the Quant team have actually collaborated with a number of the biggest financial bodies in the world in regards to CBDC developments, and during a number of partnerships, the Quant team and its collaborating parties have actually highlighted to the necessity to provide an API gateway, an overarching gateway that provides connectivity between CBDCs at any given time, and also providing the ability for financial architecture to connect, be it DLTs or legacy systems, or between DLTs. So these innate qualities, especially attached to the potential leveraging of Overledger, could become increasingly more important and leveraged by some of the biggest financial bodies in the world for years to come and over the long run. So the Bank for International Settlement have actually earmarked to other protocols, including the rolling out of mBridge protocols, where an mBridge protocol would be required to enable universal interoperability and connectivity between varying CBDCs, between varying nations at any given time. So the utility of an mBridge protocol will provide an all-encompassing infrastructure that will allow for future CBDCs to interact and interoperate. So it'll be interesting to see what these central banks do choose to leverage, and whether Quant could be at the centre of such developments and protocols, as the Quant team have actually worked in conjunction with the Bank for International Settlement, especially surrounding API gateways and connectivity between blockchains and future CBDC protocols and infrastructure. So the Bank for International Settlement are fully aware of how the utilities provided by Quant, especially Overledger, could become are highly useful and attractive, and could become more integrated into financial architecture in the long run and as time progresses. But time will tell. And again, this is the illustrative diagram of the need for API gateways to connect varying ledgers and networks at a given time. And this all draws back to Overledger, where you can see the similarities between the diagrams here, and how Overledger could become an all-encompassing architecture and framework to allow for and enable interoperability and the integration of blockchain systems and infrastructure. So very exciting, and it will be interesting to see how Overledger and Quant's other use cases become more integrated into financial developments, especially over the long run, and as the likes of the Saudi central bank and more central banks choose to utilize more innovations to overcome limitations surrounding a lack of interoperability between financial architecture within their given nation and between CBDCs. What are your thoughts on Quant? Do you think the Saudi Central Bank will use Overledger? Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching Crypto Clan. Don't forget to like, subscribe and click on the notification bell. Let us know your views in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.